what I'm gonna show you guys is how to educate your dog and how to do it properly. But the key is you need to start the dog with this style of training. You need to educate them on what they're supposed to do. That way, when they do the wrong behavior, they know why they're being held accountable. If their issue is that you want resolved, you need to basically make them motivated to do it. So if you're using their daily food, they're gonna wake up in the morning and realize, I need to figure out a way to make my owner happy or I'm not eating for today. That is where the life changes. The reason why we use the dog's daily food instead of treats is so when the dog wakes up in the morning, they realize, I need to find ways to make my owner happy or I'm not gonna eat. And everybody just stand still, nobody move. And yeah, have your hand on that knot. What you wanna do is walk forwards like this. Okay, walk backwards. Keep, and then food. That is literally it. If you can't even successfully walk forwards and walk back and have your dog pay attention for their daily food, good luck. Good luck. So walk forwards, walk back. Walk forwards. That is literally the game plan. Just walk forwards, walk back. See how we're starting to get some more excitement out of her? Walk forwards. See how she turned with me without getting pulled? So when your dog can successfully walk forwards and walk back without you having to use the leash, you're ready to move on to something more exciting and more beneficial. But if you can't even, let's say it's a stick shift. If you can't even get out of a parking lot without stalling, you're not ready for the freeway, right? So make sure you can do the basics before you start trying to go and do something extravagant. Just like this. Everybody just stand where you're at. Nobody move, please. Just like this, guys. See how she's starting to focus now? See how we're starting to get some more engagement out of her? Okay. So boom. See how that's working? Now she has a basic understanding of what the expectations are. See how I'm not pulling on the leash anymore? This is what I want to see. And you see how many treats I'm having to give? You guys see how many treats I'm having to give? That's why we use the dog's daily food. Because when you actually want a fully off-leash, trained, immaculate dog, you're going to need to give the dog a ton of rewards. If you have a very fearful dog, that last little bit of space is critical for the dog's confidence. So make sure when you give the dog food that it's always connected to your body. If you're doing a sit, you're giving it to him like this. If you're giving him for a come, you're giving it to him like this. If it's a down, it's like this. Just keep that food connected to your body. Looking good. And walk back. And food. Sweet. Woo! There we go. Awesome. Try your best not to get the dog to sit. It's okay. But what that does is that's going to slow down the motivation. So we can always slow the dog down later. But in the beginning phases, you just want them really enthusiastic. Again, Kev. Walk back. And food. Have you guys ever heard of clicker training? Any of you guys heard of clickers or marker training? So when the dog immediately looks at you, you can click or say yes. The most important thing is when the dog immediately looks at you, that's when you want to get excited. You don't want to be, when the dog's lost, you don't want to be going, hey buddy, hey, because then he's getting rewarded for being lost. Right when the dog acknowledges you, that's when you want to get enthusiastic. Swing. Walk back. Yay, and then say, yay! Yay! Hard pull. Glenn, there it is. Yes! Nice. Nice. See how much more happy he is? See how he's getting happier? Swing, swing. See how he's smiling now? Now try to use the food. He's probably gonna take the food now. Swing. Wiggy, 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 wiggle, wiggle. Little doggy, hey little doggy, you're a good little doggy, you're a smart little doggy. Oh, oh, oh. Pull up with the leash, hard. There you go. So hand through the loop first, and then bang. And and I would hold it the other way, like kind of like just flip the grip. There we go. Yep. Food. Walk. Yeah. Don't change a thing, Nicole. Don't change a thing. How do you feel? The dogs are not allowed to smell when they're in the ignore everything command. You have to have two commands. One is ignore everything. The other one is explore everything. So when they're in the explore everything command, smell, play, have a good time, let them explore everything. When they're in the ignore everything command, that means ignore everything. That means they need to be stopped moving. That means they can't smell anything. They need to be focused on you. So there's one where it's focus on me, and then there's recess where it's be a dog. So right now we're focusing on focus on me. At the end of the lesson, I'll show you guys how to get them to be free. Very good. Pull back. Oh, that's nice. That worked out great. That worked out really good. Walk forwards. Walk forwards. Pull, swing your arm. And stop, pull. Beautiful job. All right, Daniel, go back to your home base. There you go. Daniel's got like dance moves. I like it. All right, Nelda, you're up. Walk 3 steps, stop. Yep, 3 steps forward. Walk forward. 1, 2, 3, stop. 1, 2, 3, stop. All right, Nelda, you can go back and sit down. That was great. Most important move that you can know in dog walking. You're going to notice dramatic change with this move. Learn this move from Larry Crone. If you don't like the move, don't tell him I said I learned it from him.
Yeah.
All right, so what you guys are going to want to do okay, so remember how we had the dogs walking on our side? We did the walk back, walk forward move. We did the stop and pull move. Now we're ready for the most important move in dog training. So you have the dog on the left-hand side. What I want to see you do, or whatever side you have them on, is lift up the opposite knee. The dog's on this side, opposite knee, hard turn and walk this way. Dog's walking right here, thinking about crossing, boom. Dog's going like this, thinking about crossing, boom. These are the two things that everybody does. They go like this. Did that look the same? No. Or they go like this. Did that look the same? No. It needs to look like this. Like that. Beautiful. Great job, Cindy. Great job. One more time. Beautiful. Great job, Cindy. Again. Great, 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 great. Oh, no, but get to the outside. There you go. Turn. Good, good, good. Turn. Good, good. Get to the outside. Nice, nice. One more time. Boom. See how you didn't make any contact? That's what we want to see. All right, Cindy, you're good. Good job. No, you just tried it once.
There we go.
There. Yep. Turn. Good. Good. Get rid of this. There you go.
Girl, yes.
Good.
Here, wait a minute.
Good job. All right. If you actually do the work, your dog can be free 95% of their day, exploring off leash, having a great time, and not stressed out. For me, when I have my dog, when I have a trained dog on the remote collar, my dog's free, exploring, having a good time. I have the remote collar on a very high level in my pocket. I'm not using it. That's when the dog's trained. Obviously, when we first start out, it's low and food and very repetitive. But when the dog's trained, I have the remote in my pocket, high level. The dog knows everything I want it to do. The dog's free, exploring, having a good time. I see some dog over there barking like crazy. I say heel, boom, without anything, dog comes right back in, boom, walks right by the dog. Then I go by the dog free. He goes out and plays, has a good time. Then when another person comes, come, heel, boom, drops right back in. We walk right by the dog. If you don't have that level yet, you need to work up to that level by saying, getting at least the basics of how to walk. Once the dog gets the basics of walking, then free, let him explore, let him explore. Then he's gonna take advantage of you in free, then say no, heel, boom, right back into the heel position. Then he's gonna kind of be like, oh, okay, I got this figured out, then free. So you wanna break up free and heel based off the dog's attitude. If they're doing great, give them some free time. If they're not doing great, put them in heel. Also, the key is make sure you get the dog's eye contact before you give them free time. Another thing is when the dog goes to the bathroom, give them more free time. If the dog goes to the bathroom and you immediately say heel and pull on the leash, they're going to hold their pee to get more free time. So make sure when they do go to the bathroom in free time that you give them more time to explore. The key is you have to have one command for ignore everything and you have to have one command for explore everything. Because if you don't, the dog is going to keep fighting you. Eventually, you're either going to feel sorry for the dog or you're going to give up and then you're going to give the dog free time. So the dog's going to realize if it fights you long enough, it's going to get free time. So you want to only give it free time for good behavior. Go out in front. Encourage him with the leash, go out in front. Go free. And now just follow him around. There it is. That's it. Yep. There you go. And now he's in free time. You can let him do whatever he wants. Cindy, let's see your free time. Mia asked, she said, hey, when do I stop the dog reactivity? How do I stop it? It all starts in the home. So one of the things that you want to make sure of is that your dog is not barking at other dogs in the home. So I don't know if she's barking in the home at other dogs when they go by, but that's one thing you want to be aware of. For this type of stuff, the main thing is the walk forwards. He looks at the dog, walk back and pull. So it's kind of hard in this situation. You're right by the street. You're trying to pay attention to me. Dogs are walking by. It kind of happens, but watch this. Come on, if you go like this, I'll show you how to do it. Go like this. So just literally going right towards the dog and then walk away from the dog. Right towards the dog and walk away from the dog. Anytime he looks at you, give the food, but don't bribe him to look at you. So you walk right towards the dog. You think he might react? Walk straight backwards and pull. Walk right towards the dog. He looks like he might react. Walk straight backwards and pull. Anytime he looks at you, give him food.
Okay, so if he like immediately when they do that sits down and was looking at me, then it's
Boom, food.
Okay.
Yep. Perfect. Right? Let him explore. There you go. Yep. Just keep encouraging him out in front. There you go. Right? If you want to let her free or you don't want to, it's fine. Sure. Tell her free. Come on. Free! See, that's how you want to have your dog respond. When you say free, they get all happy, they respond, they know it's free time. Say free again? Free! See how that works? So that's why it's so important. Work on free and heel. Make sure they know the difference. And if you can let him free. There you go. So see, he's free to pee. Free to pee. Just make sure that you lock that up if he gets close to any dogs, because that's the easiest way to hurt a dog. If you want to let him loose, if free and let him explore. Let him explore. Everybody keep your distance. There you go. That's good. Mia, that's exactly how you do it. And make sure you're ready to swing your arm if you have to. Yep.
Where's going?
All right, guys, class is adjourned. Oh, okay.